Hello everybody, Recognition here, and welcome to the Week 3 battle for the Rising Phoenix Draft League. And this week we're going to be fighting Mr. Z, who's got the team of Tapu Koko with his Z move, Nidoking, Hydreigon, Uban Bound, Cephalon, Alolan Ninetales, Mega Gyarados, Dragonite, Slowbro, Hitmonlee, and Chestnut. So what I've decided to bring today, I've got my Z mover Bombi here. I've got Choice Scarf Zygarde, mostly just here to click 1,000 arrows. I've got a basically 4-mon wall core of Mantine, Empoleon, Charizard, X, and Decidueye. Running defensive Charizard this week, I figured defensive Charizard would actually be pretty good into a good amount of this team here for what it could end up being important for. Just being able to spread Will-O-Wisp on a lot of his different physical attackers. He'd probably end up being able to be very helpful. I do have Haze on Mantine as well. And I've got the double Defogs, but I also do have Stealth Rocks. I'm not going to try and focus too much on trying to defog this game, depending on how things go. Mostly, I might end up just using the defog for the Aurora Veil on Alolan Ninetales. Overall, though, I think I do have a pretty positive matchup, just because of the fact that 1,000 arrows just hits his entire team pretty nicely. His really only resist is Chestnut. But Chestnut really does not do much into Ribombee, so... Also, in case Chestnut does come in, if I do expect the Chestnut to come in, I can Toxic the Chestnut, put it on a timer, and end up being able to really snowball. Can probably end up snowballing from there pretty nicely. I'm running physically defensive on 3 different mons as well, because he does have a pretty big physical team that can be very physical. Actually, no, because special can be either special, physical. I think I might actually make the quick executive decision to actually run special Spadef on one of them. I might run Spadef on Decidueye, actually. Might make that quick executive decision, because Decidueye then can always switch in on top of Koko. I think I'll keep it as is. Because base bulk, Decidueye can still swap in on top of Koko pretty nicely. Overall, though, looking at the team, I'm pretty confident in how things are going to go. Mostly just because of the fact that, just Choice Scarf Zygarde can outspeed his entire team and do some very massive damage to, Nidoking, Cephalon. Hoopa does not have the best defense, Tapu Koko. I need some... I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but it's always just nice to have that. But I am most likely just going to lead Decidueye this game. Because Decidueye does have my only U-turn. I'm not running a lot of pivoting this week. I'm really just hoping that just a good core can end up carrying me through this. We shall see. Okay, here we go. No Chestnut, which is fantastic. Ground weak, ground weak, ground weak. Honestly, this actually would have been a pretty good game for Breloom. Yeah, this would have been a pretty good matchup for Breloom. Let's see. If I can get the Cephalon low, should be okay. I think. Let me see here. Don't need that. Gen 7 draft. Hydreigon. Does have Defog, so Hydreigon could be the Defogger. I don't think it's gonna be Dragonite, because. Whoop, there we go. Dragonite. Actually, hold on. Koko could also have Defog, right? Yeah, okay. So Hydreigon or Koko as the Defoggers. I'm more than certain it's not going to be Dragonite because you cannot run multi-scale if it's a Defog Dragonite because you get it from Gen 4 and there was no ability patches or capsules or whatever in Gen 7. That was a Gen 9 thing, I think. So I think Decidueye is a good lead into a good amount, but I could also just lead Zygarde and just click 1,000 Arrows, which also would not be bad. But I think I'm going to lead Decidueye. So Nidoking lead does kind of suck for me. Flamethrower would hurt a ton. So I think I'm gonna go Zard here. Ooh, okay, so Stealth Rock's on Nidoking. Okay. Interesting. I'm going to not Mega and Will-O-Wisp. I do have two Defoggers in Decidueye and Empoleon, so the rocks aren't too much of an issue. Oh, wait, do I also have Defog on Mantine? Yes, okay, so I have triple Defog this game. So I'm going to defog myself here. If he does go on the Koko, I do defog away the... Okay, so yeah, he did not go Koko. But I do defog Electric Terrain if he does go Koko. I'm going to Stealth Rocks here. This does proc my berry, so I do get healed a good amount. I imagine that he's Choice Scarf. So I'm going to go... Ooh, okay, okay. So he does go Koko here. Balloon Koko. Okay, so it's not Z-move Koko. So this move hits airborne Pokemon, which includes Flying-type Pokemon, Pokemon with Levitate ability, Pokemon holding an air balloon, Pokemon under the effect of Magnet Rise or Telekinesis. Thousand Arrows is so busted. I love Thousand Arrows so much. Nidoking comes in. I don't think it lives. It looks like he's a defensive Nidoking. No, yeah. I'm like, I don't think this Nidoking lives this. Perfectly fine with that. I wanted to get Ribombee in safe. And also faster than Gyarados. So, let me look here. So Gyarados, Mega, Ribombee, Waterfall. Waterfall does... Well, hold on, let me see here. So, Mantine, a +1 crunch, was dealing... Ooh, okay, he's probably Adamant. Yeah, he's totally Adamant, so this Waterfall actually might have a chance of KOing. So I need the Z Moonblast then. Let's see. Is it BLA? Okay. BLAC. Cephalon. I'm going to say that you are Choice Scarf. So, Choice Scarf. And then Zygarde. +1. Okay, so I do live a +1 Shadow Ball, which is the important thing. You were not even Scarf. I'm gonna go Charizard here. Okay. So, I still think that the Hydreigon is Scarf. So I'm going to go into Ribombee here. I cannot be flinched because of Shield Dust. Yeah, so the Hydreigon was Scarf. Dragonite here. Okay, he did not even use speed. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, Scarf Zygarde just dealt so much damage that entire game. Good job on Mantine for keeping Gyarados not set up at all so that Ribombee could outspeed it. But yeah, Scarf Zygarde, that game just kind of mowed through so much of his team there. Him not having Chestnut made that game so much easier for Zygarde himself. And kind of guessing the Scarf on Hydreigon. It might have been Specs Bucephalon, which is probably why I doubt so much to Spadef and Polion. Not 100% sure, because, you know, Bucephalon is just, you know, very strong. I probably could have figured it out. So, like, you know, if I go to Polion here... Yeah, that was Specs. Bucephalon. So, makes sense, makes sense. Overall, though, not bad. That does put us at, what, 2-1? Yeah, 2-1. So, looking pretty good. Overall, you know, I'm happy with that game. I'm happy with how that game turned out. Everything, for the most part, went according to how I expected it. I was not expecting the Stealth Rock's Nidoking. That's actually about what the only thing I did not really expect was Stealth Rock's Nidoking. But, you know, I had brought 3 Defoggers, because of just how important Ribombee was for me that game. I wanted to keep Stealth Rocks away for the Dragonite, so just in case it was like a Choice Band Extreme Speed Dragonite. Either way, though, I hope that you all enjoyed that game, and I hope that you all have yourselves a fantastic day.